Hallo, figyelem a megyfán, megy. Good.
Hello. My name is Finn.
My name is Chris.
Christopher Kiss. How do I
Christopher
pronounce?
Kish.
Kish. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
but
you're from
you
Hungary,
can just
right?
say Kiss. Like, how cool is that, Christopher Kiss, right?
Christopher Kiss. I love this name. It's a
Yeah.
very cool name. So, hello.
KGC on Instagram, right?
KGC with
Yeah.
180,000 subscribers
Yeah.
on Instagram
Yeah.
because you have a Instagram method that allows you to make videos super viral, right?
Oh, method, not method. Like, we've been working with Instagram like for 10 years. So we pretty much understood all the growth hacks while it was fun to, have a lot of accounts created and, when it was, like this follow unfollow wave, there was times where you could basically follow 800 people a day, unfollow them the next day.
I know these times. Yeah, got it.
So, but now that just stopped. Now you follow 20 people consistently, then you get blocks, then you face all kinds of issues, then you get chat. It's not even worth the effort because you just create good content and you just post it in a way that it works.
Okay, and what is good content? How does good content looks like today on social media?
I would say it has a quality threshold. So you don't need amazing content. Of course, the more amazing it is, the better. But to make it more amazing, you shouldn't sacrifice you starting, if that makes sense.
So amazing in terms of, okay, you like the quality you give, for example, like how hooking it is or how inspiring it is, how shareable it is, how many friends you can take on it, because there are like so many statistics on Instagram. You can share, you can write a comment, you can like, you can save a post. Like, what makes sense? What is valued the biggest ranking? What makes actually a video go viral, going amazing? What is an amazing video?
So we are talking about a few different questions here. Number one is, what is a good video? I'm talking about quality-wise. Quality-wise, we have a minimum threshold, good lighting, decent camera, but like now we're at iPhone 16, I think.
Yeah, 16 Pro.
I think 12 can do good enough. And like any other devices that has similar cameras, then that device is good enough. Probably 3, 4, or 5 years old. So that's quality-wise.
Okay.
Good
Quality
lighting
from the camera.
Yeah, good lighting and a good camera.
Yeah.
Because
So it's visually pleasing to the eye and it sticks
correct.
out a little bit.
It doesn't
okay.
lose the potential. Content is not dark. So that's about the quality threshold.
Okay.
You can upgrade it to hire a videographer as yourself and have amazing videos as these ones.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, but you need to invest in that, and not everyone has the budget to invest or the time to learn to get to that level. And to go viral, you don't need it. You need something I like to call the cheeseburger recipe.
Cheeseburger recipe. Sounds delicious.
This is basically, if you think about it, what does a cheeseburger contain? It contains 5 to 10 ingredients, right? It contains the bread, the meat, the
Lettuce, tomatoes,
Correct.
cheese.
Correct, and the sauces.
Yeah, and double meat.
Yeah. That's a double cheeseburger.
Ah, fuck. Okay, got it.
So you got it.
Yeah.
We're talking about cheeseburger.
Just a cheeseburger. Okay, regular one.
And
okay.
people, me specifically, I drive into the fast food restaurants once a month because that's how many times I allow myself, and otherwise I would go like 3 times a day
Okay.
for my cheeseburger. Why?
Okay. Yeah.
Because I love my cheeseburger.
Okay.
If I would drive into the fast food restaurant and I would not get my cheeseburger, but I would get, let's say, half chicken. Is a half chicken good? Yeah, it's amazing, right?
That would
But-
be also good, yeah.
But you're not there for a half chicken. You're there for
Right.
your cheeseburger.
Correct.
That's exactly how the followers act when
Okay.
they go to your profile. So you need a cheeseburger recipe.
Okay, and how does the cheeseburger recipe look like?
it differs
Yeah.
for every profile. How does
Okay.
your cheeseburger recipe look like? For example, you have a hook, which might be that, do you also struggle with content, right?
Yeah.
Next information is basically you doing your thing in a visually appealing way, solving a problem for someone. That's like already a kind of cheeseburger recipe that is potential for someone who is, let's say, looking to engage with people who would want your service as someone who helps them set up a podcast studio locally, right? So I'm not sure if I'm easy to follow here, but you want specific things in your video.
Clarity. This is what I say, because I don't have the cheeseburger recipe. For example, I have maybe the chicken recipe. I don't know. I have a different recipe. For me, what I found out makes videos going viral is actually like the clarity inside it. So if people are straight to the point and it's like very clear what happens in this video, then people love to watch it, because it's like pushing out more dopamine, what I expect.
Yes, but you asked me what helps videos go viral.
Yeah, yeah.
But videos in itself very rarely go viral. You need to post them on a page which has viral potential.
Okay.
It has the momentum, right? You can be out surfing all day when there's no waves, right?
Yeah, okay, then you're not really surfing.
Then you're not really surfing.
Yeah.
But when you're potentially there
Yeah.
and the swell is there for you to catch a big wave, then you have the chance of catching the wave of your lifetime, something going viral. But if you're just creating a good content, that content might be amazing, but it will not guaranteed hit the algorithm. It might get 10 times the views as your average video gets, but that's not viral.
Yeah, correct.
So you need, and that you build up with a content calendar, like a content recipe. That's what I
Content
call
recipe. The burger recipe. the
exactly.
content,
So
okay.
that's how it comes in parallel with the cheeseburger recipe. Bread, meat, salad. Here's your content. Hook.
Okay.
Got it.
I understand. So the cheeseburger recipe is not only like how a video should be structured. The cheeseburger recipe is also how the whole content and where should be structured. So
Exactly.
the overall structure and not the video structure itself.
Exactly.
Okay, now I got it, because I was thinking the whole time like, okay, you're talking about the video structure, the hook, attention grabbing, pain solving, and then CTA, for example. But this is a different kind of recipe.
Exactly.
Right? So this was the recipe I was talking about, the clarity stuff. But you were talking about, okay, finding the correct page, building up the momentum, then publishing videos with like a specific or a retouch to it, and gain from their Instagram page the momentum towards your page, or how does it exactly work?
Not really. The algorithm, the algorithm will, if you create
Yeah.
something that is visibly appealing to a higher group of people than average one time, right? So more people engage with that specific video.
Okay, for example?
For example, you have a video of you showing this podcast setup where we are right now, just
Okay.
showing it around, and 100 people view that video.
Yeah, correct.
Or you make a cinematic video of you explaining 5 crucial steps how to set up your podcast studio at home,
Yeah.
what light you need, what microphone you need,
etc.
this specific setup. You get people from zero to somewhere. So you solve a problem.
Correct, yeah.
You solve a problem. So this one will get, in fact, more views.
Totally, yeah,
Then-
because more
then
people
just-
are interested. Yeah.
Exactly. So you then, but this is one kind of cheeseburger recipe. So you can then, if this gets good engagement, then you can show another setup, a third setup. Or like how to set up a studio. Then you are basically showing podcast studio setups in different environments, and the process of this can be visually appealing. But then if you, let's say, make a shoot. You and me, we are going sitting in a Lamborghini and like having fun, and you shooting it from the outside, and you explaining how to shoot that. The people who are interested in how to set up a podcast studio will not be interested in how to shoot a Lamborghini video.
Probably not. No.
So that's a different cheeseburger recipe.
Okay. But is it necessary, or would you say it's good to have the different recipes on one page?
It's definitely necessary.
Why?
Because you will not grow without, like, you will not grow if you go into a, if people are there to see you set up podcasts
Yeah.
on that page.
Yeah.
You can have a separate page for how to record car content.
Okay. So,
And like this solves one problem.
Yeah.
This solves another problem.
yeah, so you have different audiences.
Correct. Very
for-
niche specific audiences.
Very specific audiences, but many of them on an account.
No,
Is it?
no. You don't need. You need to differentiate yourself as a brand. What problem you help people solve? From my understanding, the problem you help people solve currently is they want their home setup to be converted into a studio setup.
For example, yes.
So you show multiple.
One of the things I do, yeah.
But this is very clear. We can create a video script around from our experience. For example, I can give you 90 videos of Switzerland that are provenly viral. Tell them to post these videos in the order, in the frequency, I tell you, and you will grow an account about Switzerland with 100,000 followers guaranteed.
Really?
Yes.
That's
I can
possible.
make you a bet like here right now.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. And this can happen for every topic?
Every topic that has enough viral potential content.
Okay. Oh, that's very interesting to see. So, and how do you see that one content or one topic has enough viral potential? Or how do I see it?
You go on, let's say there's a theme,
Yeah.
let's say ocean. You
Ocean.
start following ocean creators,
Okay.
you find the best ocean creators, right? And you go and find the best performing content of the top ocean creators. So now you're talking about the 1% content of the 1% creators. It already went viral provenly on their page.
Yeah.
So you start a new page, ask their approval that, hey, can I share your content?
Yeah.
I have this, I want to grow a page raising awareness for the oceans. Some will say yes, some will say no. You start reposting in this and the page will grow. It's not a question.
For sure. Just of using the same kind of videos.
It's provenly viral, the video. You can see, you can go on a page and you can find the top 1% performing content. And like, how can you do that as a personal brand? You take others who are performing content, change 10 to 20% of it,
Yeah.
make it into your brand, sharing your expertise, sharing your message, but with the similar viral hook, almost the same, and funneling them into your message or whatever you want to communicate.
Oh, that makes so much sense. That makes actually so much sense. So you just use something that worked already, change, as you said, 10-20%, so it gives your like authentic personal touch to it.
Exactly.
And you use this proven viral content in order to sell something that you have to sell. For example, your online course, your services, whatsoever, because you immediately build up your brand and then you can use it in order to sell something.
Exactly. And nowadays it's not even about selling anymore. It's just putting it out there for people who need it. And the algorithm helps them find you.
Yeah, correct. It's not really selling, it's just showing, it's presenting.
Correct.
It's like if you walk, I'm from Frankfurt in Germany, if you walk on a Zeil, on the most famous street where you can shop, and you can look into shops from the outside and they just present their handbags or they present their something. It's just a presentation. You walk by, you see it, oh, I might buy it. You know?
Correct.
So this is what you would say is social media or Instagram?
Yes.
Nowadays?
You need to understand how to showcase your expertise and solve real life problems for people.
Wow, okay.
So if you solve, let's say you make $10 an hour, just set a random number, but you have a problem that costs you 5 hours to figure out, maybe days. But there is a solution that you can buy for $10 that gives you the solution for that problem.
Yeah.
Would you buy it?
Sure, if it helps me to manage my time and makes more money over time, sure.
It's only $10.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. It's
Of
easy
course.
money, yeah.
The person who makes that product is solving problems.
Of course, yeah.
So you can basically, for him it's a scalable something, but he solves problems he's giving to the world and actually giving more value, saving time for people.
Saving time for people, and overall he can distribute his product to many other people.
Exactly.
That's very interesting. And so you said you're 10 years in the whole social media game. How many followers did you get over every account so far?
So probably we have made over 100 million followers. Some accounts, like most of our accounts are sold, but right now we own more than 30 million followers on Instagram accounts.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And so how many views per video?
I can
show me your statistic. That would be nice.
I can show you some of our pages. For example, here is one of
Ocean
our
destination.
page. Yeah, Ocean
So guys,
Destination.
you become now live insights of somebody that has several hundred millions or built up several hundred millions followers accounts, had probably billions of views, and I just want to see if this is all true what he's going to say. So
Yeah, like in the last 30 days, this account has reached 41 million views.
that's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
Most of the people, 23%, are from the US.
Yeah.
But it's also the demographics, it's usually it lists like European countries separately, so
Yeah.
they will in total not, we cannot know, and it only says the top 5. So it's a pretty high quality audience. Some of these videos have reached the latest ones 450,000
Wow.
people, 880,000 people. Yeah.
And
so,
that's basically just with the system that is repeatedly working.
yes,
for-
correct. Like obviously, like a personal brand will mostly reach less people, but it's not a fact. If you create a very good content strategy that you reproduce, that one video is going viral. Like I think he's called Ashton Kutcher,
I've heard about him,
the
yeah.
big guy who is running and doing the morning routine.
Correct. Yeah. He just popped up very new, right? He made millions.
Yeah, he's doing like millions per week, multiple.
Right now.
And he just has a good morning routine, very, very high. So that's
I don't know
again.
if it's good, but it's working on Instagram. Well, would you wake up at 4:30 in the morning?
For me, to be honest, like if I could have such a morning routine, I think I would be more effective. I don't think.
Really?
I don't think waking up 4:30 is bad.
Really?
I don't think so.
Okay. Anyway, that was off topic a little bit.
Yeah, no, I think it's
Yeah.
on topic.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
it's on topic because it's basically again, like it can align with someone, it cannot align with someone else. Like if you go to bed at 8, 4 is a good.
Sure, yeah, but it's like okay, I don't like this lifestyle for myself,
Yeah, like again, like it's. And again, it's his cheeseburger recipe.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
he wakes up.
Yeah.
He does his push-ups. I'm trying to recall.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, what is he doing? He's using visual elements like close-ups and plans very nicely. I'm not sure if he has a skilled videographer who curated these scripts.
Yeah,
And then he is doing everything in very good lighting, very high quality cinematography, and very good sound.
Very good sound.
Very good sound. So like every dimension he puts in his videos,
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
momentum
Yeah.
is high quality and appealing. So how many places does it generate dopamine? His
Yeah.
video. Oh, it would be so cool to wake up
Yeah.
at 4:30. Oh, he wakes up on the first alarm.
Yeah.
Oh, he look how good he looks. Right? Dopamine,
Yeah, yeah.
dopamine.
Dopamine, and it's like so outstanding, you know?
Yeah.
Because he looks like super, super different to 99.999% of other social media people, influencers, content out there. Because it's something whole different, which he founded his own burger recipe,
Yeah,
correct?
exactly.
So, right now I was seeing like lots of people were like using the same method in so many other niches, you know, like for example there are German people talking in the car industry about the same thing, or influencers, they're doing the same thing over and over again that he does, just to get views, just to get the attention from other people, and they love it. So it's just using the content that actually works for themselves and growing their audiences. That's amazing. That's crazy.
Exactly. So that's what
Yeah.
so that's why I say that if you get a really good recipe and you do it on your for your personal brand, so you get your message very
Yeah.
first. He's doing development for people, so he looks like someone who is very organized. So if he's selling a personal development product on the end of his funnel, it's very
Easy to sell.
Yeah, because
people
he's-
trust them.
Yeah, he
him
builds
already.
trust
Yeah.
because he can do it. Like he included some coaching calls in some of his call. Oh, I can basically talk to this guy. How can I talk to this guy? You know, like he did it very smartly, and that's again he just showed that this could be you. That's what everyone gets the feeling. I could be talking to you now.
Yeah.
Obviously not, or it would you get the so yeah, and then it's the very same. He just puts like 10. He changed like 10% of every video, 10-20%.
Yeah. And then he sticks with the same method. So, for example, what you're saying is like, if you use your ocean destination,
Correct.
What is the name?
Ocean
again?
destinations.
Ocean destinations. You probably cannot sell a product which is related to how to stop smoking.
Very very small percentage.
Very small percentage, you know, but it wouldn't be like the smartest way to do so.
No,
right?
it would definitely not be. It would harm the current audience.
Yes. And people would think like, what the
Yeah,
the
like
heck?
that's
the
not
fuck?
what I'm following. I
Yeah.
didn't drive in
No.
to get a Big Mac.
No,
Or
for-
I didn't. I'm not here. Probably not. Big Mac is the best. I didn't drive in to
Steak.
get steak.
Steak.
I
I want a
want my
burger.
cheeseburger.
I want my cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Yeah, correctly.
So that's why.
smart.
And they just
Now I
unfollow.
understand it.
Now you understand.
Now I understand what you mean. Okay, it took a while, but it's very interesting. That's crazy. And so you make millions of views, have millions of followers, and now you want to put everything together in an online course, correctly? Before we talk about something that you want to do, or you want to teach people about how to do that, I have one last question. How do you think is the comparison to, let's say, overall short form content towards long form content? What is the difference, and why is both very, very important, and in what way is it important?
So short form content raises attention, and long form content builds credibility.
Very well said.
That's basically the whole funnel. And now is the absolute best time for probably both short form content and get your get your own cheeseburger recipe together and just publish until you find the results you're looking for. It will not come straight away. You need to get decent quality content. You will understand that less is sometimes more in when you put together your video, but you will evolve. And when you understand how to raise attention with short form content, in fact, just before I get over to long form and podcast style content, which again I think is just evolving into a beast. Like finally it's coming back. Finally some value is coming back to the world.
People see it. They feel it.
They
like,
feel
okay.
that they need to awaken. They feel that
Yeah.
I need information because I just don't know anything. I want to know more.
Yeah.
It's like a way of awakening,
Yeah.
I would say, in different fields.
I can support this way of awakening by asking the viewer. So the past 50 reels you watched, what have you learned? Today or yesterday? If you cannot answer it, sure you cannot answer it. Because you don't know. You haven't learned anything. So, but if you watch like a video podcast or you listen to a podcast about a specific topic, about something that is relative to a topic that you want to hear and you want to listen to, then you pay attention. Then it's like similar to studying a topic for school, for university.
If
for
you
something
choose
really
right, I would say, like, you can listen to a lot of BS.
bullshit. Yeah, of course. Yeah, like like there's no bullshit out there, I would say. Like people are more interested in comedy or in something else, you know. But there's also like business related stuff. And when we talk about business, about a personal brand that you want to build up and you want to grow, like long form content is amazing to just build credibility and trust, authority. It's very huge. Yeah, awesome.
So that's and then you can pass on your message in its whole as it is, right? You can analyze different segments because you can have one long form content after another, and to get the whole picture, like only this one cheeseburger recipe concept, what is obvious for me, because it's so easy to you know, like say and tell, and it took you minutes or
15 minutes to understand.
to understand how I get content in parallel with cheeseburger.
Correct, because you try to make it simple, but my mind wasn't like at this state to correctly understand like what you mean. So making to break this down, and short form content is still possible to have explanation how to reels, for example, but it's way better if somebody sees all the reels and says, okay, I really want to start it. I want to take my time now and I want to invest my time to learn about this topic. Like, how can they learn it? Not about short form content. They learn it with long form content, like video podcasts, YouTube videos, for example, that goes 20, 30, 40 minutes. Like this podcast that goes like 30 or 35 minutes is way too short for like a topic like this. We can talk 3 hours for it, for example. There he goes. Like we have to restart the camera now.
And like turning back a bit, because I said I'm first gonna say a few words about short form, then long form, but I actually said a few words about long form. So now what I wanted to say about short form is that basically it's a new era. So like kids have access to like real world stuff. Like they were playing, you know, computer games and still probably are, but they just have access to so valuable information that they can basically play around with projects that generations above them is making money of. So what I want to say with this is this, that basically there are platforms where anyone can join, and like I'm not sure if it's good or bad, or I think it shouldn't be bad, so I will just say it as it is. So you give free or cheap education to anyone, and these platforms are mostly occupied by younger generation, and they can basically learn how to edit videos. So you give them a library of your content, and you give them a pitch that if this video reaches 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 100,000 views, you get paid this amount of money. And like their parents could potentially be working for less money in a day than someone who understands how to edit videos with 5 to 10 simple steps. Why? Because they are providing value directly. Imagine, all you need to know is figure out how to monetize 10,000 views in a way that it generates more than you pay to someone who edits those videos for you.
Yeah.
And anything until that point is sorted out. All you need to do is provide them a content library.
Crazy.
So
Yeah.
that's what we do. We have a team ourselves, and we help people get the quality content. We help them reproduce their videos in as many forms as possible. So we help them find their cheeseburger recipe as possible. We help them build up their social media with the right strategy. So we not only build an audience, but build an audience with a goal. So we provide value and utilize on that value. And to gain trust, we use long form content. And then our long form content funnels back into short form content.
Because you can repurpose everything you said. Probably you came to this podcast also because maybe you have seen like a short form video, like a reel or something, or a shorts or TikTok, whatever. You know, you can cut out specific parts and reuse this content. It's like squeezing out an orange, not eating orange. You know,
Yeah.
you drink orange juice because you squeeze everything out that you can.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
And
correct.
I just know
Beautiful.
that we need content.
Yeah.
We need quality content. We need ways of spreading our message.
Yeah, because people nowadays buy from people. There's also like in the real estate, in every other expertise out there, people buy from people, not people buy because of the product. You know, because they want to be someone, they want to feel like one, or they want to buy from one. You know,
Correct.
That's why people buy, because of emotions. And how do you present emotions? With power.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
video and
And
audio form. It's nice, yeah.
Yeah,
Everything
and-
was said, yeah.
so I'm very happy that we met.
Yeah, okay, last thing, like how did we met? How did we meet up? Like
Yeah.
why how did you find me basically?
Honestly, like I found you, I believe that I was searching for videographers
Yeah.
in Paphos, Cyprus.
Yeah.
Probably on Facebook in communities,
In communities, okay.
where there can be videographers aligning with the skill set what I was looking for. And I didn't find you. Basically, I just got a friend recommendation from Facebook.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I added you as friend.
Ah, okay.
And then your information was in your bio because you didn't. I think I added you friend. I wrote a message, but I was like, probably he doesn't even use Facebook, or
not really using
it goes to his, or my message goes into his spam folder
Yeah,
because we
yeah.
are not friends. So let's see if he has some more information.
On
Then I
Instagram,
found your Instagram, and I was
Funny.
like, okay, I can reach out to him through my Instagram account because I seem credible. And again, like credibility is very important. Like
Yeah.
if you have a good Instagram account, you are like 100 times more potential
Yeah.
to successfully pitch someone,
Yeah.
even
For sure.
gain someone's attention.
Yeah.
Like probably if someone without a profile picture with a language that you don't speak, messages you on a language or in English not even correctly, you might not even respond, right?
Yeah, no, definitely.
So,
For sure. Yeah.
so you really need to have a lot of. It's like your Instagram profile is your online resume, right?
Is your online business card actually.
Yeah.
It's like people used business cards 20 years ago to say, hey, call me, or hey, contact me. Nowadays, it's like your online portfolio. You put your face out there and people just want to see you before they contact you. And so much trust, value, credibility, as you said, on Instagram, on YouTube, everywhere, to connect with a lot of people out there, which is amazing, which helped me a lot to connect with very, very nice and high individuals, I would say. For example, I play sports like a lot, like in Paddle, and I met many people through Paddle. And when they came home, they researched me on Instagram, for example. They put things down and they said, wow, Finn, you're a videographer. Let's start something together. That happened because people were then researching me on Instagram were watching my video podcast, my German one, and say, okay, let's start something because I know now what you do, how you do it, and it looks nice. I like it. Let's go. You know.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
like, you know, when they ask me, oh, what's your Instagram? I say it's KGC. Like KGC, like, yeah, how you know, it's
Yeah.
like 3 letters. So that already is like, okay, you know, you have a 3-letter number plate. You're like, you probably, and then you have a 3-letter username on a
Yeah.
platform that has hundreds of millions, probably billions
Yeah.
of users. You know, that's
Yeah.
like you're
Will
in
I
odds.
find you?
Sorry?
Will I find you?
Yeah.
If I KGC. Okay.
KGC, yeah, and
Will I
like,
find-
you know,
yeah,
it's like
first-
3 letters.
First
Yeah.
person that comes up.
Yeah,
That's
so
me.
so it's like it's very, you know, you already know that someone is up to something if
Yeah.
that first business card that they see there is legit. So
Yeah.
if you guys need help with your Instagram presence or video creation or online content portfolio, that's how I would put it, because one doesn't exist without another. In fact, it's a content ecosystem that will help you create and manage properly, so it leads you towards your goal and you can do what you are good at. That's basically what we can help in.
For sure, yeah. We haven't discussed anything specific about it, but it's just nice how things came together, and he has a crazy knowledge. I have a very good about knowledge about the videography, and if we combine it, I think we can change a tiny bit of the world out there.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah. Cool. That was basically a very, very spontaneous podcast,
Yeah,
video podcast.
correct.
We just had, actually, I just have to say, we just had a shooting here. We cannot say with who or about what.
Yeah.
But it was nice. It was a long day. It's now your 3rd podcast already.
Correct.
And my first, I was standing behind the camera the whole time. But now I can also feel like, okay, it gets a little bit like, you know, fuzzy in my mouth, and my head is warm, and I just want to calm down because it's already 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So I believe we stop the podcast right now. And if you want to tune in into the next episode, not sure when it will come out, but you will see one for sure. Maybe even like we talk about something else, because
I have some projects to pitch to Finn that I really believe that he will like.
you see, he's
I'm telling this to him all day, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not sure I will like it." I already feel his energies, but like we will see if he likes it. And if that works out in a way that it works with everyone, so we can figure out ways to provide value together, we will have a very intense few weeks in front of us, depending on how intense his few weeks is already.
I'm German. I'm good with intensity.
so yeah, and I believe that we will have some fun stuff coming, and probably a few more podcasts at least.
That would be nice. Awesome. Very good. Was super fun to work with you.
Yeah, same.
See you in the next episode. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah, it was pretty good, right?
It was very flowy. Loved it.